Hello and welcome to episode 104 on the Online Trainers Podcast. Today's topic is the real reasons why people buy from you. Hello and welcome to the Online Trainers Podcast, where we go behind the scenes to uncover the latest tactics and strategies top trainers around the world are using to get more clients, dominate their marketplace, and get their clients amazing results. There is absolutely no fluff here. I'm your host, Lynn Trin. Now, I'm just following on yesterday's podcast episode where I revealed that in order for you to generate high quality leads, get clients, and get a consistent amount of clients, get warm clients. I'm not talking about the ones where you can sell when you get them into a peak buying state and then they develop buyer's remorse and they drop off. I'm talking about clients that know, love, and trust you. Then you need a conveyor belt method or lead generation method. And if you haven't and you don't know what that is, send me through a message on Facebook and I'll send you through the webinar I did with Tim, where I talked exactly about what that is. We talked about the types of different buckets, and I think that's going to be very useful for you. But following along on that, on yesterday's podcast, I had quite a lot of people reach out to me and go, "Well, Lynn, people, sales is important, and by any means, I do appreciate, I do respect how important sales is, and those, getting leads, making sales, fulfilling, and getting referrals is the biggest thing. It's the foundations of growing your online personal training business. But here's the truth. Most personal trainers and coaches out there aren't selling people the things that they really want. They're selling their clients benefits and services. And for a long time I did this. Initially I thought the whole reasons why people buy. When I started out my personal training career in 2008, in 2007 actually, end of 2007, I thought people would buy if I was cheaper than other personal trainers. I just thought people would buy because I'd buy. And I was just price shopping at the time when I was 18 and I was starting out. And so I thought along the same lines. I thought, okay, well, if I'm cheaper than any other trainer, of course, I'm going to get all the clients. It made logical sense because that was my buying pattern. And then I developed some smarts, and then I started listening and learning and developing my skills. And then I started to learn that people actually bought when you added more value. Like if you made it, you don't have to decrease your price, you don't have to drop your price, but you just need to show them that what you're offering is 10 times more valuable than what they're paying you. And at the same time, that's really one and the same thing as dropping your price and having a sale, really, because when you drop your price, what you're doing is you're literally saying, well, I was $100 a session and now I'm $30 a session. You're getting 3 times more value for what you're paying me now. So that was essentially the same thing. And it wasn't until midway through last year where I really learned why people buy from you and why people would buy, and that completely changed the game. And really just having mentors inside of my life opened up my eyes a lot of the times. Once you understand the concept I'm going to share with you today, once you understand this, and once you can associate your core flagship program to, number one, helping improve this thing that they buy for, okay, then you will make a lot of money, a lot of sales, and therefore help a lot of people, because it is trainers and coaches just like you who is going to change the world. We don't need more information. We don't need more diet books. We don't need more info products or $9, $7 ebooks and then get upsold into a sales funnel. We don't need that because we are drowning in information. And so I truly believe that if you get your clients to invest $500, $1,000, $1 million inside of your coaching program, if you can, then you will help get them results, because people need to implement. Okay, people don't need any more ideas. They need to play with some skin in the game in order for them to get results, which is why I want you to understand this concept. Now, with that being said, I want to share with you the concept. And, I heard it quite a lot before from a great man, Frank Kern and Perry Belcher, and Russell Brunson's told me once again, recently he brought it up. And I've only really just, over the last 6 months made the connection, and really this is when and how I've built multiple six-figure businesses very, very quickly in the span of 2-3 months. I'm not saying that you can do that as well, because I truly believe that foundation smarts and being on video and overcoming a lot of your personal self-beliefs plays a key role. But understanding this is actually going to help you possibly double your business, in 2017. And it's understanding that people buy for status, and people do not buy if they feel as though it's going to decrease their status. And what does this mean? And for a long time I thought, okay, well, what does status mean? Status means that people will buy if your product or services makes them look better, if it helps them get more sex, if it makes them more popular, if it makes them more socially accepted or praised by their friends and family, okay, if it makes them more physically appealing, if it makes them seem smarter, things that most people in our society will aspire to in life. And what do people want to be in life? They want to be smarter. They want to be better looking, physically looking better. They want to be more attractive. They want to have more money. They want to be able to do less. They want to have more sex. They want to seem cool and they want to fit in. So that's why people will buy. And so if you attach, right, here's the kicker. If you attach and you're able to help them see that if they buy your coaching programs, they're going to attain 1, 2, 3, 4, possibly all 6, 7 of those things that I just mentioned, they will buy from you if buying your program, right, raises their status as opposed to negating their status. Now, buying your program and product and service can lower their status as well. Because here's the truth. If they buy your product and service, they're departing with money. When you depart with money, you lower your status. Okay, that's the first thing. When they buy your program as well, they have this fear of failing. What if they fail again? If they fail again, that's going to decrease their status. And if they fail again, not only do they form this internal belief around themselves, but their husband or wife is going to look at them, or their partner or their friends are going to be like, wow, you suck. I can't believe you spent $1,000 on that and you didn't do anything with it. That decreases their status, that fear. Okay? So they're consistently figuring out if they're going to buy from you, can they see clearly that whatever they buy from you is going to increase their status? Is it going to get them more sex? Is it going to make them physically hotter? Is it going to make them more physically smarter? Is it going to make them cooler? Is it going to make them healthier? Is it going to make them more money? And then at the same time, they're actually weighing up inside of their minds without even subconsciously knowing, okay, wait, if I'm going to spend $1,000 to get this thing, which might just make me physically better, which most personal trainers are selling, they're selling that physical result. They're not even selling the better looking, which leads to sex. They're selling the physical benefit. If the end game, most personal trainers will sell the outcomes and benefits, such as, I can get you eating, 5 meals instead of 4 meals. I can get you eating more, which they don't really care about, truly at the core of it. So what a lot of people, and if you understand this concept, what a lot of people are weighing up inside of their minds before they purchase from you is your product actually going to help me increase my status? This is why people buy Apple over Windows. Okay, because by buying Apple, it suddenly means that I'm a cool kid, I'm smarter, I have more money, I have the appearance of more wealth than people who buy Windows, because Apple's 3 times as more expensive, right? So buying these things actually cover 3 or 4 of those status topics that we talked about. And so a lot of the times, you have to understand that people will buy your product and service for status, but at the same time, they won't buy if they have a fear, right, that it's going to lower their status. And that fear is, okay, they're going to lose money. That's a given. But, okay, I'm willing to lose $1,000 if this is going to get me more sex. It's going to make me look hotter. It's going to make me look smarter, and I'm going to get paid more. I'm willing to part with $1,000 because the risk of that, right, is outweighed by the rewards. And so once again, you have to ask yourself, what things lower their status? Well, they can look stupid to their friends. They don't get results. They get scammed. They lose money. Okay, they waste time. These are the things that can lower their status. And if you can denote clearly and you can actually reduce the chances and take all the risk of their fears and understand that and tell them that it's okay. I completely get that you've tried a diet training program before. If this doesn't work for you, here's what's going to happen. And so you reduce that risk, right, inside of their mind, the buyer's decision of their status decreasing as a result of purchasing your product, you will get them on. And this is how we've been able to sell anywhere from $500 to $50,000 products and services. The $50K, that when you're selling more and more expensive, you need to hit these harder and you need to stack them. Obviously, if you're selling a $20 product, you don't need to, because it's just the risk of buying this, $20. Well, I'm not going to look stupid because this is $20. Okay, $20 I can depart with. There's not much risk involved in it. Now, use this for good, because if you truly understand this, and you might have to listen to this podcast episode again, I really want to say it only as a selfish means to really consolidate my knowledge of it, but really I want to be able to translate this into I want to be able to translate this into all of my products, services, sales scripts, copy, email, in order to sell better. Okay, and I want you to do the same as well, because the truth is there are a lot of marketers and a lot of fitness Instagram gurus that are selling crap. And my goal is to give you the resources that are actually better, the marketing, the sales resources, so that you can go out there and do some good in the world. And that's really it. I've had enough of the crap info products, the scammy stuff selling. It's time to reverse the fitness industry. And I want to give you the best marketing strategies, the best sales tools, so that you can go out there and you can use their marketing tactics for good. You can use all the marketing tactics, strategies I want to share with you, use it for good so that you can actually help people. And really, if you're truly helping people and you're thinking about putting out ebooks, membership sites, scrap it. You need people to invest in themselves. When they have skin in the game, that's when they'll take action. That's when they'll listen to you. And that's my best piece of advice. Okay, so go and use that today. And I really want you to write down, okay, does your product and service really, if I buy your product and service today, if I buy coaching from you, is that actually going to help my status? Or am I going to decrease my status? Do you show that clearly? Okay. And of course, the other thing is to make sure you send this podcast and keep yourself accountable to the daily actions. I will see you on the next podcast episode. I really hope you enjoyed this one. This one was very powerful. Alright, if you enjoyed this podcast, please leave me a 5-star review on iTunes and feel free to leave a review. In that way, I can respond and I can take that on board in developing content to serve you. Now, if you're not a part of the Online Trainers Club on Facebook, please do yourself a favor and be a part of the conversation. That's where I add daily tips, tricks, and strategies on how you can build out funnels, how you can get more clients, and ultimately become a better online coach. Thank you for listening.